Hey, welcome back YouTube. Titan Fragrances here on a tag video. I want to send a shout out to Mr. Scentualise. Appreciate the tag. I'm always up for these kinds of things. I hope that you guys like it, especially it's summertime. It's kind of a list video, so I think it's something that everyone can get some benefit from. I'm going to try to give it my own things that I hadn't seen on others. I'm not sure who has done it. I've been a little break from FragCon lately, so I'm going to get my tags out of the way real quick. I want to tag Mr. Trascents. I always love hearing what he's got, and since this is an affordable and cheapies list, I know he's got a plethora of those. And also Mr. Cali Reviews out there in California, being that we have similar summer times, I think he'll have some things to offer for the guys and everyone that's in our same kind of climate and so forth. If you're stumbling on this channel for the first time, I want to say thank you for coming out. If you would, please show your support for the channel down below. I'm going to cover any and everything as far as fragrances are related to, and just kind of give it my own take. Just kind of welcome you out into my little studio. We're going to sit down, going to go through it all. I hope you enjoy that. Those coming back, again, I do appreciate all your support and all the interaction, which is really the funnest part of this all. And I hope that I can add a little bit of just insight from my experiences through all the things that I've come across, and hopefully I find a fragrance that you hadn't thought of. Well, on to it. Actually, before I get on to that, I just want to take my platform and just send a huge congratulations to Mr. Ross over at TLTG Reviews. He just hit 10,000 subscribers, which is phenomenal. Did it under a year. Much props to you, my brother. He's a local Texan, actually local Houstonian, so I gotta support my boy over there. Always put down some great content, just killing it. Awesome to you, brother. Now onto the list. Now the tag videos, it's 4 cheapies and 4 affordable. Now how I see the cheapies category is basically anything probably under like $25. I would consider the cheapies, and by no means does that take away from the quality. I guess there's all different ones that, whether they've been out for a while, they fall in discounters. Now most of these either you're going to find on a rack store or at a discount. You're not going to find these full retail at this price at any of the big department stores. I really can't see that happening. So all these are like FragranceNet, FragranceBuy.ca, all those different ones which you'll see on our channels. And then affordable, I would say something that's between $30 and $60. I know everybody's price ranges may be different. I just think that that's around the neutral part. Once you start creeping north of 60, I think that that's getting a little bit more for fragrances. More, not necessarily expensive, but just it's going to be hitting your pocketbook a little bit. And a lot of these I think are stuff that you can go out there, whether you can test drive it or not, which I do recommend. But if not, these you can definitely won't put a big dent in the pocketbook, and you'll have something that you can definitely spray on. Now, being that it is summertime and a lot of these are freshy type fragrances, one of the biggest pitfalls in this for you guys is that the performances tend to lag a little bit for the most part. Not all of them, but they tend to be on the weaker side. But since they are very aquatic notes many times, very citrusy notes, I would recommend spraying heavy and then spraying often, and then of course, or refreshing, and then of course spraying close. And you won't find any of these that are offensive. These are definitely stuff that's great for going out. You're going to be in the heat or in and out of the heat, office. These are all going to work great. I'm going to start with the cheapies first. I'm going to give, you've probably seen this on minis, but it has a right to be there, I think. Mine would be Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. This thing has a cool aquatic accord in there. It's got a plethora of notes. I'm not going to have time to go over every note, but it's definitely very pleasant. If you like Mont Blanc Legend, this is just a very much more aquatic take on it. Toned down. It's still masculine, I think. Really, really good. Really solid fragrance. This size bottle here is about 17 bucks. Like I said, anything below 25, I'm going to call it as a cheapie, but really great one. It says sprayed heavy. Definitely going to get you notice, compliments. And like I said, it's going to be there. From the House of Armaf, my number 2 here is Le Parfait. I'm sorry. This thing is definitely for like 20 bucks. You're going to get a very great Aventus Green Irish Tweed mashup. This takes those two, and Armaf does, I think, a very good job of both affordability and and quality for what you're paying for, and taking like creeds and stuff like that and getting you the juicy, you know, the pineapple-ness of the Ventus with the green Irish tweed DNA. Just great for summertime, I think. Versatile, great little beater fragrance, and again, under $20, so you cannot beat the price point on this. And it really performs fairly decent as an average fragrance. I know St. Bart's gets the big. I mean, St. Bart's gets a lot of the hype. I got St. Kitts here. This one is reminiscent of Versace Mantle Fresh, which I will discuss shortly. But this one is got that starfruit also as a prominent player. I think that's what the tie-in between the two. This is like $20 for a bottle like this at discounters, maybe, or at drag stores once they open back up. You probably find this one definitely great by the pool, outside, like I said, lounging. Great fragrance. Can't go wrong. 20 bucks. My number 4 and final one for the cheapies. Now this one at the rack stores, I found this one, and rightfully this is probably one to bring it up, but this is English Laundry Tahitian Waters. This thing right here is $12, and I'll show you the tag right there. 12 bucks. I mean, wow. I mean, for that price, spray it heavy, throw it in your car. I know the heat, no big deal, but this one, it's bright, you know, the typical stuff, lime, bergamot, stuff like that. It also has coconut in there, give you a little bit of a like you're on vacation kind of vibe. I definitely enjoy it. I think it's staying power isn't very strong, but again, respray. I think it definitely, you could do that, and you're gonna smell great for 12 bucks. Throw it on the shelf, throw it in the car. Really work well. Now, let me go to the affordable ones. I'm going to start out with a John Varvatos. Again, I know performance, like I talked about earlier, aren't the greatest. This is it's very marine type. It is still masculine, I think. Varvatos does a plethora of notes. But man, it's just very pleasing. I haven't found a Varvatos fragrance that I really hadn't liked, at least in the in the Artisan line. They all smell quite pleasing. They all will work for the summertime. Casual wear, it's going to work out really great. This is one of the ones for affordable. Like I talked about earlier, I had this one quite a while, and you can see I put a massive dent on this. So fresh. Oh, so good. I mean, this is Versace Mantle Fresh. Again, that starfruit. I think I would like this one better than the St. Kitts, and I think the staying power is better on this one. I think it's a staple in any collection. Fresh, just an all-around great fragrance. You see it in a lot of people's videos, and I think this is something that I would definitely aim to get. It's really not expensive. I think just in the $30, $40 price range, so really good. Definitely get that one. I just recently acquired this one, and it's become a really favorite of mine. In the Lacoste line, I've started dapping into that one. But this is Eau Fraiche, and man, this thing has an aquatic and a limoncello accord in there that really gives it that cocktail type of scent. And man, it's just all around super pleasing. I've definitely gotten already some compliments on this just for first wearings, like unsolicited. Hey, what are you wearing? It smells great, blah, blah, blah. But it definitely works. I think it's going to be, the bigger bottles will be in the $30 price range. I think this is probably in the $20 price range for the small one. I would get the big one. I just got a small one because I have so many, but man, it definitely deems the bigger bottle if you're going to be wearing it more often. Now, my final one, it is the Beast Mode one. I've talked about this a number of times. It's called Poseidon in the Caribbean. This takes your Ventus and Virgin Island water and mashes it up. So juicy. The juiciness of that Virgin Island water, that lime, and it's just such a gorgeous scent, man. I love Virgin Island water from Creed. It just is trash on performance. You see it on all my other videos. I say the same thing. But what Dua has done with this one, this thing is a beast. And I talk about all the time my work. I'm out there sweating, and both myself and a coworker I turned this one on to, it lasts all freaking day. And we're talking 90+ degree heat out there working construction, doing some hard work, and this thing is still blasting and going. So yes, Dua has a little higher price per mil, which I'm not a big fan of even using that as a deterrent, because once you build a certain amount to your collection, really it doesn't matter. It's whether you're getting the usage, whether you like it. And 30 mLs is perfect for me. But this thing lasts and smells phenomenal. So this is definitely going to have to make this video, and always going to be one of the top in my summer rotation list, because this is just so great. So those were my 4. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to start putting out a lot more lists for the summertime, because I know there's just so many that I've started to recently acquire, because when I really started into this, I was really in the fall and getting into my channel and so forth. So I really had vamped up my fall and winter fragrances. Now I'm really scrounging around for the summer and springtime fragrances. So look forward to a lot of those. I hope you all stay tuned. Hit that bell button so that you know as I put up more uploads, there'll be when I'm coming out. So appreciate all your support.